Children, I bet you heard in school already that the Earth goes around the Sun in an elliptical orbit, and so do the other planets in the solar system, and that the Earth's axis around which it rotates is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees to the orbital plane. And you know that we also have seasons because of that, because as Earth goes around the Sun, one pole points to the Sun and the other pole points away from the Sun, and then in the next 6 months the other pole is pointing towards the Sun, and the pole that was facing the Sun is now facing away, which means we have summers and winters in each hemisphere. But did you know that these so-called orbital parameters in terms of the tilt and the ellipticity of the orbit itself, and there is something called a precession. These are all the changes that happen. So the tilt changes from 22.5 degrees to 24.5 degrees in thousands of years time scale, and the ellipticity changes, becomes a little bit more elliptical and a little bit less elliptical or more circular over 100,000 year time scale. And precession, what is it? Basically, you played with a top before probably, and you chuck the top when it's rotating very fast, it's standing upright, but when it slows down, it begins to wobble. So Earth does that as well, which means the energy coming onto Earth can change over these thousands of year time scales, and the distribution of the energy from low latitudes to high latitudes can change. So seasonality can change. Why does it matter? Because we build glaciers. What are glaciers? We'll talk about it later. So climate changes on a very, very slow time scales, as well as sun going up during the day and sun setting after the evening, and seasons changing. There are also changes on very long time scales. I bet you know them. Ice ages come once in a while, and many other things happen, as we will learn later. So this podcast is on all the Earth's orbital parameters and how they change. Listen to the podcast and ping me if you have questions and comments.